titles on August 3rd in an event promoted by Riyadh Season US, Seller, Ligue 1, Matrim in association with Gold Star, Queensbury, TGB and Viva MP Promotions. Crawford is gunning to become a full-weight world champion as he moves up to 154 pounds after conquering the welterweight division with that stunning KO win over Errol Spence to be crowned the undisputed champion at 147 pounds back in July in Las Vegas. And now the pound-for-pound great is looking to further his greatness by claiming honours at a fourth weight class. Madrimov is the man that stands in Crawford's way, and the Uzbek champion makes his first defence of his title against the toughest possible opponent after winning that belt in spectacular fashion in his last outing against Madrimov for the vacant title back in March in Riyadh. He stopped the Russian in 5 rounds with a dominant performance to continue his impressive unbeaten run in the paid ranks following a glittering amateur career. And now it's time to hear from the fighters, from the promoters as well. Eddie, I want to start with you. I know you always back your fighters. I think you know more than anyone just how tough a task this is for Israil Madrimov.
Oh, for sure. Thanks, Eddie. And before we start, I think we just need to acknowledge again the event that has been announced today. Riyadh season card coming to Los Angeles, BMO Stadium, 25,000 people. It's going to be, I think, the best card top to bottom we've seen in America. His Excellency, thank you so much, Dr. Rakhan. All the work that's gone on in really the last 48, 72 hours. I mean, let's take a look. This guy to my right, the pound-for-pound #1 in the sport. 3-division world champion, broke out hearts in Scotland many years ago when he beat Ricky Burns, undisputed at 140, undisputed at 147. I think everybody now giving him the props as a generational great. The man to my left, this guy is super elite. You know, when he won the world title with ease in Riyadh, to take your first defence against Terence Crawford shows you what he's all about. I promise you this guy will bring everything to this fight. This is a very dangerous fight for Terence Crawford. I believe Bout and the guys, they know that. And big respect to Terence. He steps straight up, he'll fight absolutely anybody. And just looking at the card once again, I think it's important to break it down, as I said. Terence Crawford against Israil Madrimov, the WBA and the WBO Interim World Championships. Isaac Cruz against Jose Valenzuela for the WBA 140-pound title. Jarrell Miller against Andy Ruiz back in Los Angeles. And what a fight between Tim Tszyu and Virgil Ortiz Jr. at 154 pounds as well. David Morrell against Hotwell for the WBA Light Heavyweight World Championship. Andy Cruz against Moran, and still more to be announced. This is, I believe, the greatest fight card top to bottom the US has ever seen. And thank you to these two great fighters. As I said, it's an honour to be working with League One and Terence and his promotional company and all the promoters as part of this Riyadh season event. As always, I back my man. This guy is a super athlete, huge puncher, huge 154 pounder. And all the respect to the Crawford team, but my man ready to keep his championship in Los Angeles on August 3rd.
Yeah, let's speak to Madrimov's manager, Vadim Kornilov, to your far left. Vadim, you always put your fighters in tough fights, you always ask for your fighters to be in the biggest fights. This definitely ticks both of those boxes, doesn't it?
Well, it's really about the boxer himself wanting the toughest fight. And to be honest with you, Israil, and Eddie can confirm this, every fight he's had so far, if there was a choice, you know, we would pick the toughest opponent we can get as it was coming up. And when I called the team, you know, when I called my brother Ali and I said, you know, we have this opportunity. At that point, we were discussing the possibility of having Israil defend his title in Uzbekistan at home. And I was like, you know, there's this opportunity, and you know, opportunities like this come, you know, once in a lifetime sometimes. We might have it today, we might not have it tomorrow, and you know, all the respect to Team Crawford for taking a tough fight, because I think this is going to be a real competitive fight. And I hope that you know, Terence Crawford is going to 154 with all the confidence that he's been in all the other divisions as well. You know, as Eddie always said before, he always said that Madrimov is a top prospect, you know, one of the best prospects in the world. He said that publicly before, and I believe that now it's all proving, and Israel is here to make a point and show everybody what he's made of. I think, you know, and another point is that after the Uzbekistan situation, when I told Madrimov and the guys that the fight's going to be in Los Angeles, they said, you know, this is no different from Uzbekistan, because Joel Diaz, Tony Diaz, Israil has been training in Indio, California, basically every camp. I think every camp is trained up there. So this is like a second home for him. And he was even more excited about that than anything else. You know, this is him basically defending his title in his second home, and we're looking forward to this fight. I just want to make sure that nobody forgets that when His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh wants to fight, he wants two top guys fighting each other, no matter what division it is. And we have to remember that I think the reason this fight is happening is just because him and Dr. Rakan and the entire team, they wanted the best possible fight to Terence Crawford, and I think that's what he's going to get.
Yeah, well said, Vadim. Let's go to Terence Crawford's trainer, Brian McIntyre, Bout. So far, so good, Bout, right? Everyone that's trying to step up to Terence Crawford, you found a game plan, and you've been able to win every single time. How does this challenge differ? Maybe because of the weight jump?
First of all, I just want to say thank you for everybody, all the promoters and the guys that, putting on the show. We appreciate, the challenge. It's a tough fight, man. It's a tough fight. I told the team and Terence that, we got to be laser focused on this guy. I've been watching him since the amateurs when he fought on the stablemates. So, I know what he brings to the table. And I definitely know what his team, his trainers do as well. They always train hard. They got great champions coming out that camp. We up for the challenge. That's one thing we on the mission. We trying to unify. We trying to be undisputed again. So right now we're looking at him like, a good challenge, but overall he's just in the way.
Was there any maybe thought about maybe just stepping your toes in the 154-pound division against an elite guy, but maybe not a world champion, just to see how Terence looks at 154?
Well, I'm sure we all feel like this, and I know Bud feel like this, is in order to be the best, you must beat the best. And so far he's the best at 154, and that's what we're looking for. So, we pound for pound number one, and we're going to continue from 54 to 60, 68, whatever. So, be ready.
Terence certainly looks ready. I know you will have Terence ready as well. Let's speak to the fighters. I want to start with the champion first, Israil Madrimov. Israil, I was in Riyadh as you destroyed Kurbanov. Up next is a man that is the pound-for-pound #1 fighter on the planet. Was there any hesitation in taking this fight?
Israil.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Alhamdulillah. I am happy to be here. When I started pro career, fight best boxers, and now fighting best in the world, pound for pound, Terence Crawford, my favorite boxer. I like his style, and then big respect. But August 3, I will be ready. Для этого я всегда боксирую, и когда слышу это на новости, я рад слышать этот бой.
There's no hesitation because this is what I've been here in boxing for. And as soon as I heard the news, I was very happy. I knew right away that I wanted this fight.
Terence Crawford, as we all know, unbeaten, a freeweight world champion. You would have watched his fight against Errol Spence, which was supposed to be a 50-50 fight, Israel, and he dominated Errol Spence. What do you think you can do to get the W?
Israil, он в крайнем своем бою, в 50 на 50 бою, который ожидали, он избил, легко победил Эрла Спенса. Ты, скорее всего, видел этот бой. Что ты думаешь об этом бое и чего ты ожидаешь в бою?
I'm not Errol Spence, I'm Israil Madrimov, and this is my division. I can.
It's his division, Terence, right? You are jumping up to his division, which is true. There were so many names linked with your move to 154 pounds. Maybe Errol Spence, potentially Sebastian Fundora. There was a lot of talk about Jamel Charlo. Why Israil Madrimov?
Well, I consider Israel the best 154 pounder in the division right now. So why not go for the top guy in the division right off the bat?
What are your goals, Terence? You've done it all. You're a certain first ballot Hall of Famer. You're pound for pound #1. You've been undisputed in 2 weight classes. As you move up to 154 pounds, what are the goals?
You said what?
What are the goals as you now move up to 154 pounds?
Just continuing being the best. You know, I want to leave a legacy that's never been left before. You know, inside and outside the ring. Business minded. Just helping the young fighters coming up. You know, giving them the courage and the outlet that the fighters before me never gave to us. You know, and at the same time, be at the top of my game as well.
So far, you've seen so many different styles, and you've been able to conquer every single style. Do you think Israel does something different from what you've seen in your previous opponents?
No, not at all. You know, like, I didn't see it all. I didn't been up against it all. He's very talented, strong. I didn't fought strong people before. He got good footwork. I didn't fought people with good footwork before. He elusiveness. I didn't fought people that's elusiveness. So, you know, it's just a part of me, you know, dictating what I want to do in the ring and taking away the things that he like to do.
You heard Bout there mention you could go to 160. You said 168. He thinks you could be another multi-weight world champion. Do you have aspirations of going further up the weight class?
Well, right now we at 154, you know, so I'm gonna make my mark at 154, and then if I'm still around boxing, then we'll see what the future holds. But right now, I'm gonna make my mark where I'm at.
Indeed you will. Eddie, Riyadh season so far has proven to host some of the best boxers on planet Earth. How good is it? We've seen Israil Madrimov in Riyadh season, obviously first time seeing the pound for pound #1 in Riyadh season.
Yeah, I think, you know, as I said earlier, His Excellency listens to the fans, and you're seeing so many incredible fight nights in Riyadh and Saudi Arabia. Of course, the undisputed heavyweight world championship between Tyson Fury against Alexander Usyk just a couple of weeks away, and 2 weeks after that, Bivol Beterbiev at 175. I think one of the greatest fights in the sport. The 5v5 beneath that, it's just the most beautiful time for the sport. But as I said earlier, His Excellency reads, he listens. US fight fans, UK fight fans are saying, hold on, when are we going to get a taste of Riyadh season? So what does he do? He goes and brings the pound for pound #1 in the sport to Los Angeles for a Riyadh season event. So, you know, we owe him a huge amount of gratitude, not just for this incredible fight, but for the whole card. But people in boxing know this is a tremendous fight. This is going to be a war. This guy is so strong, he punches so hard. Terence is right, he's got great footwork, he's very elusive, he's very smart. And you're talking about the guy probably with the best IQ in the sport to the right. So this is a pure matchup, this is a technical matchup. There's going to be, you know, skill, there's going to be pressure, there's going to be power. And I'm looking forward to see how Terence can move to 54. Because sometimes I keep saying, these great fighters will only get beat when they move too high up the divisions. I hope it's on 154. You know, he moves to 60, he moves to 60.
Hoping.
You know,
Your heart will be broken again.
well, my heart's been broken before, and you know, you've done it. You broke my heart in Glasgow once. You broke my heart with Donga. So hopefully this time we can reverse the roles. But as I said, all the respect and credit, but make one thing clear, and they know it. This guy is for real. But what Bomac said is 100% right. At the moment, this is the best 154 pounder in the world, in Israil Madrimov. And he will give it everything. You're not talking about a guy that's past his best, who's had injuries, who's tight at the weight. We're talking about a fresh fighter that is in his absolute prime in Israil Madrimov. So he's ready for war in Los Angeles on August 3rd.
Final one from both fighters. Israil, you've got a fantastic knockout record. Are you expecting to stop Terence Crawford?
You know, this is boxing, but I try and do.
And Terence, not many people are seeing the final bell when they fight yourself. is it almost just expecting that you do get the knockout as you always do?
Well, I always tell everybody I never go in the ring looking for the knockout, but if I smell blood and it's there, yeah, out of there.
Good luck to both of you. August 3rd, fantastic main event live as well from Los Angeles. This is